Have you ever found yourself standing in the kitchen, staring at the fridge, and wondering why on earth you walked in there? Or maybe you've been chatting with a friend, and suddenly their name just slips right out of your head, like it's playing hide and seek with you? If you're over 70, those little memory hiccups might feel all too familiar. I get it. I've heard it from so many folks just like you. And honestly, it's something I've noticed in my own family too. Take my Aunt Clara, for instance. At 76, she's as lively as ever, but last Thanksgiving, she forgot where she parked her car at the grocery store. She laughed it off, but I could tell it rattled her a bit. She started wondering if this was just the beginning of a steeper decline. And that's the thing. Too many of us think memory loss is just an inevitable part of aging, something we have to shrug and accept. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be that way? What if those foggy moments could actually become fewer and farther between? Today, we're diving into 5 memory hacks that can keep your mind sharp and buzzing well after 70. These aren't complicated brain teasers or expensive gadgets you'll never use. They're simple, everyday tricks that science says can make a real difference. And the best part? They're fun, practical, and totally doable, no matter where you are in life right now. We're talking about ways to turn your grocery list into a mental movie, little rhymes that stick like glue, and even a surprising habit that's probably already in your day-to-day routine. I've seen these work wonders for people just like you. People who thought their best memory days were behind them, only to find out they've still got a lot of spark left. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is this really going to work for me? And that's a fair question. After all, we've all heard quick fixes that sound too good to be true. But here's the deal. These hacks aren't just random ideas. They're backed by research, tested by real people, and designed to fit into your life without feeling like a chore. Plus, I've got stories to share, like how my neighbor Tom turned his forgetful mornings into a game he actually enjoys. By the time we're done, you'll have 5 powerful tools in your pocket to keep your mind humming along. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because the 5th hack, it's not just a tip. It's a total game changer that flipped everything I thought I knew about memory upside down. It's backed by science, and honestly, it's so simple I wish I'd known it years ago. So, grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's explore how you can keep your mind sharp, starting right now. So, let's jump right into the first hack, and it's one that's going to turn your memory into something straight out of a movie. It's called the visualization secret. Now, you might be wondering, visualization? What does that even mean? Well, here's the scoop. Our brains are wired to remember pictures way better than plain old words or lists. Think about it. When you were a kid, didn't you love flipping through picture books? Those bright, colorful images stuck with you, right? That's because your brain loves a good story it can see. So, instead of just rattling off a boring list like milk, eggs, bread, why not spice it up a bit? Imagine a cow juggling eggs while surfing on a giant loaf of bread. Crazy, huh? That's exactly why it works. The weirder and more vivid the picture, the harder it is to forget. Let me tell you about Susan, a 72-year-old from Florida who swears by this trick. Susan used to be the queen of misplacing her keys. She'd spend half her morning hunting them down, muttering to herself about how she must be losing it. Then she heard about visualization and decided to give it a shot. She started picturing her keys as little dancers twirling on her kitchen counter, complete with sparkly costumes and a big spotlight. It sounds silly, but the next day, she walked straight to the counter without a second thought. It clicked for her. Those mental pictures weren't just fun. They were like a lifeline to her memory. And she's not alone. Research backs this up big time. A 2020 study from the University of Southern California found that seniors who used visualization improved their memory retention by 45%. That's almost half your forgetfulness wiped out, just by imagining something wild. So, how can you make this work for you? It's super easy. Next time you've got something to remember, like a doctor's appointment on Tuesday at 10, don't just think Tuesday 10. Picture a big, goofy stethoscope tap dancing on a calendar, shouting Tuesday at 10. Or if you're heading to the store, imagine your items in a scene. Maybe a tomato driving a car full of carrots. Step 1. Pick something you need to recall. Step 2. Turn it into a bright, ridiculous image. Step 3. Let your brain do the rest. It's like giving your memory a paintbrush and letting it go wild. If this sounds like fun, drop a hack one in the comments. I'd love to know what crazy pictures you come up with. Now, let's move on to something a little different, but just as powerful. The magic of mnemonics. Okay, I know mnemonics sounds fancy, but stick with me. It's just a fancy word for memory shortcuts, like rhymes or acronyms that make things stick like glue. Remember learning, every good boy deserves fun, from music notes as a kid? That's a mnemonic. It's catchy, simple, and it stays with you forever. And guess what? It works just as well at 70 or 80 as it did at 10. The idea is to take something tricky, like a list of names or a date, and wrap it up in a little jingle or phrase your brain can't shake off. Take John, a 75-year-old from Sydney, Australia. John's got a big family, 6 grandkids, all with birthdays he could never keep straight. He'd show up with a card a week late, feeling awful about it. Then he tried mnemonics. For his grandson Liam's birthday on May 5th, he came up with May 5th, time to jive. For little Emma, on October 12th, it was October 12th, Emma's tricks. Suddenly, those dates weren't slipping away anymore. They were stuck in his head like a favorite song. He even started humming them to himself, and his family thought it was hilarious. Science says this isn't just luck. A study from UCLA found that mnemonics can boost recall in older adults by up to 40%. That's a huge win for something so simple. Here's how you can try it. Got a dentist appointment next Friday at 2. Make a rhyme. Friday at 2. Teeth get a chew. Need to call your friend Mary tomorrow? Try Mary on Monday. Chat all the way. Step 1. Pick what you need to remember. Step 2. Craft a short rhyme or phrase. Keep it fun and silly if you can. Step 3. Repeat it a couple times. Maybe even say it out loud. Before you know it, it's locked in. John told me it's like having a little memory buddy whispering in his ear, and he hasn't missed a birthday since. If you've ever blanked on a name or a date, comment hack 2 below. I bet this one's going to be a game changer for you. But here's where it gets really interesting. Your memory isn't just about tricks up here in your head. It's tied to what's happening down here in your body too. That's why our third hack is the brain-boosting power of physical exercise. I can almost hear you now. Exercise? I thought we were talking about memory, not my knees. Fair enough, but hear me out. Moving your body isn't just good for your heart or your joints. It's like rocket fuel for your brain. When you get active, your heart pumps more oxygen up to your head, sparking new brain cells and strengthening the ones you've got. It's like giving your memory a tune-up every time you take a step. Let's meet Margaret, a 78-year-old from Toronto who discovered this by accident. Margaret wasn't big on exercise. She'd always say, "I'm too old for that nonsense." But one spring, her daughter dragged her out for a walk around the block. At first, she grumbled, but after a week of 20-minute strolls, something clicked. She started remembering her grocery lists without scribbling them down. Milk, eggs, bananas, all right there in her head. She even recalled her neighbor's dog's name, Rusty, without a pause. Turns out, she wasn't imagining it. A Harvard study showed that seniors who walk 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week, improve their memory by 20%. That's 1 in 5 forgotten things back in your grasp, just from moving a little. You don't need to run a marathon. Margaret sure didn't. Start small. A walk around your yard, a sway to some music in your living room, or even a bit of gardening. Step 1. Pick something you enjoy. Maybe it's dancing to an old tune. Step 2. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes, a few times a week, nothing too strenuous. Step 3. Notice how your mind feels sharper, clearer. Margaret says it's like her brain woke up from a nap she didn't know it was taking. Plus, she's got more pep in her step all day long. If you're ready to give your brain a boost with a little movement, comment hack 3 below. I'd love to hear how it goes. Now, let's shift gears a bit, because your memory isn't just about you alone. It thrives when you're with others too. That's where the importance of social connections comes in as our 4th hack. You might not think chatting with a friend or laughing with your grandkids has anything to do with memory, but it's huge. Every conversation, every shared story, it's like a workout for your brain. Staying social keeps your mind engaged. firing up those connections that keep memories alive. And here's the kicker. It's not just fun. It's a lifeline to a sharper mind. Take Tom, an 80-year-old from London. After he retired, Tom started pulling back. Fewer calls, fewer visits. His days got quiet, and his memory started slipping. He'd forget where he parked, miss appointments. It scared him. Then a buddy dragged him to a local book club. At first, he just listened, but soon he was swapping stories about old novels and cracking jokes. Within a month, he noticed something. He wasn't fumbling for words as much. He remembered names, dates, even the plot of a book he'd read years ago. Researchers at the University of Michigan backed this up. They found that seniors who stay social have a 70% lower risk of cognitive decline. That's not a small number. It's a massive shield for your brain. So, how do you weave this into your life? It's easier than you think. Step 1. Reach out, call a friend, invite a neighbor for tea, or join a group like Tom did. Step 2. Make it regular, once a week, even just a quick chat. Step 3. Enjoy it, share a laugh, tell a story from way back. Tom says it's like his brain got a new lease on life, and he's made some great pals along the way. Social time isn't just for fun, it's medicine for your memory. If this one hits close to home, maybe you felt a bit lonely lately, comment hack 4 below. Let's keep the conversation going, because you're not alone in this. Alright, we've made it to the big finale, and this one's a stunner. It's the surprising benefits of lifelong learning. Here's the truth. Your brain doesn't want to retire. It craves a challenge, something new to chew on. Learning a skill, like a language, knitting, or even a card game, doesn't just keep you busy. It builds new pathways in your brain and protects your memory like a fortress. The National Institute on Aging says seniors who keep learning cut their risk of memory loss by up to 60%. That's more than half your worries gone, just by staying curious. Let me introduce you to Alice, a 73-year-old from New York. Alice's grandkids started speaking Spanish at school, and she felt left out. Couldn't keep up with their chatter. So, she decided to learn it too. She grabbed an app, started with hola and gracias, and before long, she was having full conversations with them. But here's the wild part. She didn't just learn Spanish. She started remembering recipes she hadn't cooked in years, phone numbers she'd long forgotten, even where she parked her car every time. It was like her brain hit the reset button. She told me, "I didn't just learn a language, I learned I'm still in the game." And that's what this hack is all about, keeping your mind young by giving it something fresh to tackle. You can do this too, and it's not as hard as it sounds. Step 1. Pick something that excites you. Maybe it's painting, a new recipe, or even a puzzle book. Step 2. Start small, 10 minutes a day, no pressure. Step 3. Build on it. Add a little more as you go. Alice swears it's the thrill of figuring something out that keeps her sharp, and science agrees. A 2019 study from Johns Hopkins found that learning new skills boosts memory and even slows brain aging. It's not about being perfect, it's about the joy of growing. So what'll you try? Comment hack 5 below. I can't wait to hear what lights you up. So there you have it, 5 incredible memory hacks to keep your mind sharp and shining well after 70. We've turned everyday lists into wild mental movies with visualization, locked in names and dates with catchy mnemonics, powered up our brains with a little exercise, kept them humming through chats with friends, and even given them a fresh spark by learning something new. These aren't just tricks, they're tools to prove your mind's still got plenty of fire left. Think about Susan finding her keys like magic, or Alice chatting with her grandkids in Spanish. Those moments show what's possible when you give your brain a little love. The big takeaway: you don't have to let age slow you down. Your memory's not gone. It's just waiting for a nudge to shine again. So, pick one hack that clicked with you today. Maybe a silly picture for your next errand or a rhyme for a friend's name, and give it a try. See how it feels to take back control. Which one's your favorite? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're excited to test out. If this sparked something in you, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. We've got more ways to thrive coming your way. And hey, share this with a friend who could use a memory boost too. Thanks for hanging out with me. Here's to keeping our minds sharp and our lives bright.